Hey, are you ready to make some overnight oats? Let's do it! Okay, for today's video, I have 3 of my favorite flavors that we've tried so far, or I've tried, which is my blueberry and honey, apple pie, dark chocolate almond, and then for those who don't really like anything special, nothing special. Like, that's just gonna be your oatmeal, cold oatmeal. That's basically what it is, no pizzazz. But no judgment. Okay. So here we go. We're gonna just kick nothing special aside. And we're actually going to focus on these 2. So once you make your overnight oats, they are good. Once you put the dry ingredients in there, they are good for 24 hours, I believe. At least I make mine 1 a day, but today we're gonna make 2. So I have the recipes written on the jars. So it makes it easier for me to remember, being that I'm a mom of a newborn, so my memory is not great. So basically what you do is, this is a checklist. So you're gonna go down your list of dry ingredients and we're going to check them off. So first step is oatmeal. We're gonna add half a cup of oatmeal to each. We have half a cup of oatmeal in these jars, and now I'm going to add the cacao, however you say it. I'm going to add it to the dark chocolate almond to finish up its dry ingredients. So there's 1 and 2. All right, so that is done. We are done with the dry ingredients of the dark chocolate almond. So say adios to it, because it's not gonna get made for tomorrow. So on to the next one, which will be the rest of the dry ingredients will only be cinnamon for the apple pie. So let's add the cinnamon. All right, there we go. Cinnamon is added. So now we can start to do the wet ingredients. Being that these 2 are what I'm wanting to make for tomorrow, this is why I'm going to go ahead and add all the wet stuff. So for the apple pie, we're gonna just focus on this one for a second. For the apple pie, we're gonna do 1/8 teaspoon of vanilla. That's super tiny. Then we're gonna do almond milk for this recipe. You can do whatever kind of milk you want. For this recipe, I choose to do almond milk just because it makes it a little bit thinner. When I do regular milk, it does get thicker from what I've noticed, and I'm not a huge fan. I kind of like my overnight cereal to be like a cereal, basically. All right, so we checked cinnamon off, we checked vanilla off, now we checked almond milk. So now we just need 1 teaspoon of honey. All right, so I'm going to measure that out and let's do this. There, oh, that is so satisfying looking. Is this satisfying for anybody else? Let me get a little close up. Woo! Okay, so our wet ingredients is now done for the apple pie. It is basically ready to be shaken. I'm going to be adding chia seeds just because I like to have some sort of seed or nut in my overnight oats. So I'm gonna add that real quick. I normally, if you want to do chia seeds in your overnight oats, I normally do about a tablespoon or 2 of overnight oats. But this is what it's going to look like before you shake it. So basically, for it to get like good and mixed up, you can use a spoon, but where's the fun in that? I just like to give it a good old shake. And then voila, that is what it's going to look like. One thing I did forget to write on, you're going to need a half a cup of apples. You can add in the apples to the overnight oats, but I'm not a huge fan of mushy fruit. So when I tried this for the first time, I actually diced it up and put it on top whenever I went to go eat this that morning, and the apples were super crisp and crunchy with the soft oats. So I highly recommend putting the apples on after. All right, now that apple pie is done ski. Let's focus on the blueberry and honey. Here we go. All right, for the first wet ingredients that we're going to need is 1 cup of milk. Once again, I'm going to be using almond milk. Oh, success. Okay, so once I like sorry. All right, next is going to be the Greek yogurt. This is gonna be 1/4. It said in the recipe to do plain. I was not a fan, so you can do whatever kind of yogurt you want. I highly recommend the vanilla just because it gives it some added sweetness. But once again, you do you, boo-boo. Whatever makes your heart happy, you do. So you added these two. Once again, I'm gonna do the same thing as I do with the apples. I'm going to wait and put my blueberries in right before I eat them, just because I like the crunch of the blueberries and I'm not a fan of soggy fruit. So we're going to add our honey now and give it, I like to guesstimate, but it's going to be 1 tablespoon, which I think that's it. And you can also do less honey. This is just the added sweetener. Alrighty, our 2 overnight oats are done and they are ready to be put into the fridge. So once again, these are called overnight oats because I almost dropped those. You're going to let these stay in the fridge overnight. So we'll come back tomorrow morning and see how these look. Good morning. Our overnight oats are ready to be eaten. All right, let's do this. Alrighty, so just from the looks of it, apple pie is looking a little bit dry. That's not what I like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some more almond milk. I'm gonna do what my mom always says, and I'm gonna add a little bit at a time. Okay, so now the apple pie is the consistency that I like. Not too thick, but not too soupy. So now it's time to add the topping. So the sprinkle. And then I spilled some, but that's okay. I have dogs. All right, and then we are almost done. I like to add a few nuts. So for the blueberry almond, I like to add some shaved or sliced almonds, just for another crunch. And then also, you can never have too many nuts, at least in my opinion. They're good for your brain. All right, so these are my overnight oats. We have the apple pie and the blueberry. All right, so we made our overnight oats. Now it's time to devour them. See you next week. I'll be showing you a video on me decorating a cornhole board. Woo! We'll see you next week. Bye!